Okay, so last time we got our ship moving, and that was good. But let's just do a few things first. What I want you to do is, if you've not saved already, please make sure you press File, Save All. It might ask you to record your screen. That's what I'm doing. It might ask you to save the name of your level. I've just created a new folder for it and just named it Level 1, which is quite bad, but yeah, it's organized. What are you going to do? Then press Edit, Project Settings, and go to Maps and Modes, and just make sure you change your Edit Startup Map to your whatever you just saved it as. So change these two to your new one. Cool. Okay, so this time what we're going to do is we're going to create ourselves a bullet. So let's add our bullet system, shall we? So what we're going to do is create a new blueprint class of type actor, which I will just call bullet underscore BP, and open that up. Inside here, I'm going to press add to add a sphere, and I'm also going to add a sphere collision. So I'm not actually going to do any of the collision through the sphere. It's all going to be done this sphere collision. Increase your radius, so it's, potentially just slightly bigger, and click back onto your sphere, and let's actually turn off the collision on this altogether. So I'll set that to be no collision. Cool. Now, in the event graph, what we're going to do is let's just drag reference into your sphere. And in fact, no, let's not drag reference into your sphere. Delete that, ignore me. Off the take, let's just do an add actor offset, world offset. Add actor world offset. And set it to be, 100. And let's just test that speed out. I'm going to grab my bullet. I'm just going to drag it and drop it in front of the ship. And hit play and see what the speed's like. Yeah, okay, seems reasonable. Maybe ever so slightly faster. Again, you might want to sort of tweak the size of your bullet if you want to shrink it, scale it. Up to you, but for me, actually, one was sort of fine. Okay, that'll do for now. Let's just jump back to our player. And in some space, I want you to right-click and get our shoot button. So shoot input. Now, off our shoot button, let's just do a spawn actor from class. And choose your actor, which I'll call bullet. Now, I've just deleted an arrow so you can see me add an arrow. In the transform, if we were to press compile now, we'll see we'll get an error because it says, hey, where do you want us to spawn from? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my viewport, I'm going to press add, I'm going to add an arrow. And this arrow, I'm just going to move to where would my bullet be coming from? I don't know, let's just say it's coming from the wing thingy, engine thing over here. So I'm just going to move it up, put it in front of that, and rotate it so it's facing forward. Cool. Give or take loosely, that'll do. Now, going back to my viewport, real quickly, I'll just notice, make sure that arrow is a child of the spaceship. So I've just dragged it and dropped it onto the spaceship. Make sure it's a child of it. I'm going to drag you in, and I'm going to get world transform. Wire you into here. Now, in theory, that should do it, right? If I start pressing spacebar now, I'm firing. Maybe 150 is a bit fast. I don't know. But either way, you can see the bullet is now firing. Isn't that golden? Isn't that good? Now, that's the basics of a bullet. But what I was thinking is, let's actually get a little bit more complicated with this. And what I want to do is I want to create a system where if we press the button, it fires. But if we sort of press and hold it, it charges up and becomes like a bigger bullet. And yeah, you might choose to not do this, that's fine, but I just thought, yeah, let's have a look at it, shall we? In fact, if you're just happy with the bullets as this, let's just create a material for it, and we'll do the other thing in a sec. So, in your content folder, right click, create a materials folder if you've not already got one, And inside here, right click again, create a new material, and I'm just going to call that glow bullet. Just go M, open it up. Now this is going to be a very straightforward material. I'm going to hold 3 and left click to create a vector 3. Going to choose what color are bullets normally? I don't know, that color, orange. And I'm going to hold M for multiply. Y U into A, U into emissive, and this, I don't know, 22. Just going to put a number in there. You can now see this thing glows. Maybe even 33. Who knows? Mess with it. Set that to whatever you think looks good. Now, go back to your bullet, and with that sphere selected, set your new glow bullet. Excellent. Now, if we press play, hopefully they'll have that nice glow to them. Looking good. Looking good. Right. There you go. That's your bullet sort of set up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to, like I said, mess about and try and create that sort of scaling system. And how I'm going to do this is off the event begin play, I'm going to get a set event by timer. Or set timer by event even. And I don't know, let's say every 0.25, so every quarter of a second, loop it, drag backwards from event and type in custom event. And we'll just call that like bullet hold. And off there, what we're going to do next? Off there, let's create a gate. So a gate, you can sort of figure out what it's going to do by looking at it. It opens and closes. So this is going to fire constantly 4 times a second, but it's only actually going to do its outcome if the gate is open. Now how we're going to open the gate? We're going to open the gate by actually pressing the button. And we will close the gate by releasing the button. So when the button's held down, the gate's open, this can do its thing. When it's let go, the thing will close. So from here, we're going to want to create a variable, and let's call it holding time. Oops. Holding time. Make sure it's a flotation device. Hit compile, and let's get it and add to it, I don't know, 0.2, and let's set it. Okay, so every time this is hold, it's going to get holding time, increase the scale by 0.2, and set it. Ooh, let's also clamp it so it's never going to go past a certain amount. Clamp that float. So it's got a minimum of 1, and I don't know, whatever you think is like a reasonable maximum number. I'm going to set 5. Okay, so now I'm just going to give myself a bit of space. Why didn't you come? So now what? Now what, John? So actually, I'm going to use a sequence. So I'm going to do 2 things on this. I'm going to A, close it, but I'm also B, going to spawn this thing. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask a question before we even spawn this. And that question is going to be, is holding time, get it, is it greater than, I don't know, 1.5, 1.6, maybe even 1.4. I don't know. Mess with that. We'll mess with the numbers later. Right. If it's greater than this, then what I want you to do is we're going to spawn the thing based on the size. However, if it's not greater than, then we will just spawn it as per usual. So on this top one here, so if it's greater than 1.5, what we want to do is I'm just going to break this connection by holding Alt and clicking it. I'm right clicking, I'm going to split that struct pin. And the location and the rotation are fine. But the scale, we are going to want to add the value of our holding time to it. So let's give it a quick test. So if I shoot now, right, bullets are all that one size, but if I hold 1, 2, 3, 4, ooh, bullets are bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I mean, you know, some of the numbers aren't right. It's sort of too quick to become massive. Also, am I ever setting that back to 0? I don't think I am. After we've done that, let's set holding back to 0. I think that's probably what I'm missing. Set holding back to 0. Let's give that a test again. So bullets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Yeah, it's hard to sort of get a middle ground, but you can sort of see it's working now. Maybe we'd feel it a little bit more if we sort of set that to about 1. We could probably work this out mathematically, right? So if 5 is the maximum size we want it to, how long? Ultimately, I guess our equation is how long do we feel like it's appropriate to hold the thing for 5 seconds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5, 6. So it feels like an appropriate thing. So yeah, I don't know. Mess with it. I don't really want to waste time thinking about that on here. I think that's everything really for the bullet system. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm just going to delete this one out of my level. We've now got a bullet system that works quite well, or reasonably well for what we want. We can also press and hold it to do a charge up attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I suppose we could do a test on there, put a couple of print strings and stuff, see what feels natural. Anyway, no, I don't want to spend ages on this. Cool. That'll do for this one. Next time, I guess let's make something to actually shoot. Alright, thanks for watching.